able to hit this button that says split screen.
Well, I did that, and I got this.
Call this meeting of the Winnsboro City Council to order. It is March the 10th at 5:30 p.m. I'd like to welcome everybody to this meeting. Would ask at this time that you please silence your cell phone so as not to interrupt the meeting. If you have the need to take a phone call, please step out in the lobby or outside so not to interrupt any speakers or the meeting proceedings. This time I'll start with a roll call starting to my right.
Foreman here.
Lori here.
Thatcher here.
King here. Hollowell here.
Let the record reflect a quorum of the City Council is present and that notice of this meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. This time, I'd ask you to stand for our invocation, which will be led by Councilman Hollowell.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for this day and all your blessings to us. And we thank you for this opportunity to come together to discuss and deliberate the business in Winnsboro. We just ask that you give us the knowledge and wisdom and insight we need to make the best decisions for the whole of Winnsboro. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Join us in the pledges. To the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Okay, moving on to our next section, Section 4, Proclamations, Presentations, and Announcements. Section 4.1, I believe, Chief Mayor, you have some presentations you'd like to make at this time. Wilburn, can you push that door back open? Did we put you on the spot?
No, I'm sorry. I finished up something last minute. So this job has a lot of tough days. There's a lot of people that try to understand, but being a first responder comes with a lot of seeing things and dealing with things that a lot of times we hope to forget. But at the same time, it's the difference is that these men and women they put it all aside and they deal with it at the time and they try to make life better. When they do that,
behind and you'll run off and go to work. I'll add to what Chief Mayor said on behalf of the council and myself. I have been in law enforcement myself now for 22 years. I've been on the headset side and I've been on the street side. Working on the headset side is always stressful, especially when you have the calls like that, because you're driving to get help there faster while you're dealing with a distraught parent or distraught family member. But to be on the street side of the call and doing everything you can, this, like Chief Mayor said, this job takes a lot from all of us that do it, from dispatchers to officers to EMS, fire, and corrections. This job is very taxing. We all have that call we won't forget. I have several over my career that I will never forget. So on behalf of the council, on behalf of the city, thank you both for what you've done. Okay, our next item is 4.2, our fiscal year 22 audit. Ms. Lyons, Ms. Austin, who's going to tackle this one?
I'm going to start, and then if y'all ask really hard questions, I'm going to defer to Tanya. Okay? All right. So the auditor was unable to attend this evening, and he has asked staff to present. So as I said,
Hang on one second.
Everybody's getting up.
oh come on. Right? Just say audit, and people are out. It's the magic word. We need to remember that. Right. We're gonna put that on every agenda. Just teasing. I'm teasing.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. The auditor was unable to attend, so he asked staff to present. As I said, I'll be presenting, and then if you have questions or anything like that at any point, just stop us, and if one of us will be able to answer, I'll assure you. The overall audit results: the city received an unmodified or clean audit opinion, which means the auditor did not find evidence that the city's financial statements were misleading or incorrect. While the auditor did not report any material weaknesses, he did report 2 significant deficiencies for the fiscal year 22 budget. The first significant deficiency was budget monitoring. The first issue was inadequate budget monitoring. In plain language, some departments spent more than was budgeted, and those overages were not addressed throughout timely budget amendments. Some of those areas were regular salaries in the administration department in the amount of $223,000. That is entirely due to the separation agreement with the previous city administrator's payout. Also in administration was contract services in the amount of $90,000. That was due to the Sigma air testing. Several financial consultants. We also lost the finance director at that time, and in order to try to stay afloat, we had to pay consultants to help in the finance department. And then also the interim city administrator before I came on board was around $40,000. Miscellaneous other expenses was around $77,000. There was no single item that stood out in that number. On the police department side, special purpose equipment in the amount of $94,356. This was for a records management system through CoLogic. This was funded through a grant year over year, but this particular year, the request for refund was not made in a timely manner, so the city was not able to be reimbursed for those funds. Also in police salaries was another reason, $47,757. There was no position budget breakout for the fiscal 22 budget. So I was unable to tell where those deficiencies stemmed from, other than they were over budget. Also in that same line item is group medical for the police department. Likely if they added staff that weren't budgeted for, understandably any benefits that person would have been entitled to also would have been over budget. So that explains that particular line item. So what has been done to correct this? But since now you have myself and Tanya trying to kind of move things in a different direction, the budget policy that you all just recently adopted will help not just us today, but it will give whoever else steps in next kind of a roadmap to help prevent some of these things from happening again. So thank you all for doing that.
You mean the thing with beatings?
Something like that, yes. Yeah. Deficiency number 2 was due to delayed audit. The delay happened because several bank reconciliations were not finalized on time, which pushed back the audit process and caused the city to miss our 180-day filing timeline. Again, there was a lot of things that happened before coming on board, and there was a lot of issues that stood in the way of getting those reconciliations done, and that's the number one thing that has to happen before we can go to audit. The fund balance, the city's unassigned general fund balance at the end of fiscal year 2022 was $65,806. I will say to that we are in a much better position today. That is a look back of where we were and not where we are. And we have seen that number continue to trend upward since this budget season. Again, just contacts for council and the public. Many of the conditions behind these findings were already in place before current leadership and current finance director took over. The issues was not that the work was ignored. The issue was that staff first had to restore the books and clean the records before reconciliations and audit presentations could be complete. Since this time, the city has taken steps to improve financial operations, including a more conservative and realistic revenue forecasting, stronger internal controls that control spending, consistent monthly reconciliations and reporting process, and of course the adoption of the budget policy.
Good job.
Thank you. Any questions?
Incredibly responsible now.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Ms. Austin, do you have anything you would like to add?
No, really, the only thing I would add is just that I think that this year's is probably not a surprise to just about anybody. We'll see it progressively getting better. 2023 is probably not gonna be significantly better. She came somewhere in that time frame to start, and then I came the following year, and we'll see really great strides, going forward from that. And so I think when we, going forward, we'll see, significant more fund balances. We did use some funds in 2025 for the animal shelter, but those were budgeted as such, and but we're just in progressively much better shape.
How far behind did the audit normally occur? I mean, this is 4 years ago.
180 days.
So we'll catch up to that at some point.
It's our goal to be finished by the end of this calendar year. We're a little bit at the mercy of the auditor on that
Sure.
and how much he can take on, but we are prepared.
I also would like to state, and if I'm incorrect, please correct me, but the past year or this current year, our water fund has for the first time in many years, operated with a positive net revenue. It's been operating in a negative net revenue and been subsidized from the general fund to operate itself, but when did we start seeing the positive net? Was that last year or this year?
Well, the fiscal year 2025, we were close the year before. We were getting there. The first increase that we had got us close, but not quite there. And now we are running in the positive. We're not, nobody's getting rich off your water bills, trust me, but we are operating in the positive for the first time, which will help us as we go forward needing to do some more infrastructure.
Yeah. And just for clarification,
Considering that the water has gone up from Franklin County Water District during that period
Significantly.
as well.
Also, just to clarify that the revenue that we make from the water fund is not used for general operation or governmental operation. It has to, by law, be used for the operation of the water system and the wastewater collection system. So that money is just coming in just to operate our systems and provide that. No, Councilman Borman, we don't, no.
You were the bad kid when you were younger, weren't you?
He still is.
Right.
Who's that GT
I am
kid?
who I am, I'm sorry.
Who's that GT
Okay.
kid?
Anything else y'all need to add to this? Okay.
I thought you did great.
Okay, moving on to section 5, public comments. This is a section where the public may address city council on any subject not already on the agenda. However, the Texas Open Meetings Act prohibits the city council from discussing issues with which the public has not been given 72 hours notice. Speakers must have signed in prior to the meeting being called and shall be given 3 minutes to speak on matters of concern not already on the agenda. I have one person that signed in, and Ms. Kathy Rellinger. If you'd come to the podium, please state your name and full address for the record.
My name is Kathy Rellinger, and I live at 1481 County Road 2399. Hello, my name is Kathy, and I am here to request an ordinance prohibiting a substance called 7-hydroxymetagenine, also known as 7-hydroxy or 7-OH. Attorney General Paxton's office found it to be 20 times stronger than morphine, and it is for sale here in Winnsboro. In June of 2023, Texas Senate Bill 497 established a 2% max of 7-hydroxy in kratom products. This is the Texas Kratom Consumer Health and Safety Protection Act. Enforcing this 2% limit is difficult because it requires retailers and law enforcement to calculate the percentage. Winnsboro gas stations and the DNA Smoke Shop currently sell products containing 7-OH as high as 65 to 100 milligrams per pill, which is 86 to 96% above the state law. The city of Sulphur Springs had the same problem, so they voted in October of last year to protect their citizens by prohibiting all 7-OH products. I have submitted a copy of this 4-page ordinance. Last month, I alerted our police department about several locations in Winnsboro that are selling 7-hydroxy products above the 2% legal limit. They politely referred me to City Hall. City Hall then referred me to the Winnsboro Justice of the Peace, who advised me to bring the issue to you here tonight. On February 24th, I submitted a report to the State Attorney General's office stating that the city of Winnsboro was not in compliance with state law. In conclusion, we are failing to enforce existing Texas law, not because the law is unclear, but because it requires us to do the math and apply it correctly. Because of this, I am requesting a complete ban on this gas station heroin here in Winnsboro. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay, seeing no one else signing in, we'll move on to item 6, our consent items.
You said you, question. You said you were, did you send that, can you send us information on it? Did she send that? Okay.
Okay, moving on to item 6, our consent items. Item 6.1, minutes, financials, and staff reports. Is there any staff member here that needs to add anything to their report as submitted? Okay, seeing no one come forward, council, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve consent items as presented.
Have a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second, any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Section 7, item 7.1, action on specific use permit request from Brent Schick with Wagon Junction. The Schick's called today, and this item has been requested to be removed from this agenda. We will be taking no discussion or no action on it until the next agenda in April. Item 7.2, action on Centerpoint Grip. This is something that we get almost every year from utility companies. We have several options that we can do here. We can either, Ms. Parker, tell me again what we can and can't do here, because I know I'll get it wrong.
I might get it wrong. You don't have a lot of recourse. You can take no action, and this is going to go into effect no matter what. It will be a residential increase of $2.47 a month. You can take action to suspend what they want to do, to suspend the increase, and you have 45 days to take action again later. And that's it. You can't deny it, because we have to have legal recourse to deny it, and we have no legal recourse. You can take no action and wait. You can deny it, but they're not gonna let you deny it.
So if we take no action, and it gets
It's going to go
delayed,
into effect anyway,
but it'll take 45 days.
if you suspend it.
If we suspend it for
Mhm.
45 days. So what's the downside?
It's on their cheat sheet, I don't have it.
What's the downside of suspending it?
Nothing, you're just gonna have to reevaluate it again. It's gonna delay it for your residential customers.
Do the customers have to make up the 45 days in payment?
No, they do not to my knowledge.
So
You can save them 45 days.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
But if we take no action, we don't have to come back and revisit it.
It's going to happen no matter what
Correct.
we
But
do.
he's saying we could save everybody
$2.47.
for 45 days for their next bill, and I'm here for that.
You can,
But if we take no action, it's 60 days and we don't have to revisit it.
correct.
But they won't get charged then if we take no action? I'm just thinking of the
No,
people.
they will.
Y'all
They're
have a
still gonna
cheat
get
sheet, I didn't bring mine.
They're still gonna get charged, it's just, we don't have to revisit it.
If
and-
we don't,
see.
if we take no action,
I have
the GRIP increase will take effect in 60
I don't wanna
days.
print it.
It will not be retroactive, it will take effect in 60 days.
And so even if we delay 45, it'll still go
It's
into
still going to
effect
happen.
in 60 days.
Yes, unless, what the suspension is for is to allow us to find
Automatically-
legal recourse to deny
April
it.
19th.
Gotcha, okay. So
You take no
taking
action. The problem is they're counting from different dates. If you choose to suspend the effective date for a maximum of 45 days, the new deadline for you to make a final decision is June 3rd. I found my notes. If you take no action at all, the adjustment will automatically take effect 60 days after their filing date, which will be April 19th,
60 days after the filing date.
filing date.
There it is, Trevor.
If you choose to suspend,
We can
our
scratch
residential
out
customers can
$2
save, yeah,
per
until June.
family.
So if we suspend it, we have a longer time of no increase.
But
Yeah.
then
Right.
when we do that, can we just be like, okay, now
Then
we
you
take
can
no
say,
action?
we're gonna take no action. It's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah, just thinking of people there.
Hey,
Like Councilman
$2.47, it adds up. And for small commercial customers, it's even more, it's $4.18.
Council, any other questions?
I have-
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I
Make a
move to
motion
sus-
to suspend it.
oh, it's the same thing,
I
second.
have a motion to suspend the GRIP from CenterPoint Energy. Do I hear a second?
Yes.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes to suspend the GRIP from CenterPoint Energy. Item 7.3, action to approve joint election agreement with Winnsboro Independent School District. This is just a housekeeping agreement that we have to do, since the city of Winnsboro is having an election and the Winnsboro Independent School District is having an election. The election will be conducted at the same place.
I don't wanna do any housekeeping.
Drink your
He is
whatever
wants
and
to
just,
say-
Drink your Kool-Aid.
so council, unless you have any questions about this, I've already reviewed it. It's just setting the date of the polling time to be Saturday, May 2nd, and both the Winnsboro Independent School District election and the city of Winnsboro election will be held at the Winnsboro Civic Center at 915 Wheeler Drive. Any questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the joint election agreement with WISD.
Have a motion, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 7.4, action to approve EDC expenditures. Ms. Lyons, I believe this is you.
Approved by EDC, since the last time we all met. Winnsboro Center for the Arts, $20,000 in support of all 2026 annual festivals. Honor Coffee was awarded a performance-based reimbursement incentive equal to 50% of actual eligible costs, not to exceed $6,000. USA Tax Pros was also a performance-based reimbursement incentive equal to 50% of actual eligible project costs, not to exceed $8,000. And participation in Wood County Walls, $5,000 towards one mural location to be determined.
And this has already been approved by EDC?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Council, any questions?
No, but I just would give an update as an EDC member, I guess, would be nice. Wood County, Winnsboro Center of the Arts Center, that's to cover all of their expenses, like the things that they do throughout the year, their camps, their festivals, everything. That's why it looks like such a large sum at one time now instead of multiple times. Honor Coffee is moving locations. Actually, I heard today that they're not moving, they're just opening a second location. So they're gonna have the location next door to Dairy Queen in front of Key Energy, which will be a drive-through location, and they said they're keeping their location for now where they are, from what I heard. But either way, Honor Coffee is staying in town, hopefully to have a drive-through location here soon. USA Tax Pro, they had some flooding issues, and so that was there to help repair repair some of those damages. They've been a business here in town for almost 10 years, I believe, and it has shown a lot of growth throughout their time here, so that's where that support comes from. And then Wood County Walls, that would be, CJ, would you like to talk more about that? You know more about that one.
Yeah, it's just, Todd Witt with Wood County Walls came and presented to EDC and is asking for $5,000, which, it will be about $8,000 total, but they have a budget for the other $2,000 or $3,000. And they're wanting to, they have a new website that's going into effect, and so with the website, they'll be able to track all kinds of data that they haven't been able to do up until now, and it will be, everything will be uploaded to the website live easily so that anybody using the website can see the most recent information, and it will track movement of people, and it shows you where to go in each of the locations, each town, where you can go in Mineola, where you can go in Quitman, and it just features those murals that are available so that people can come interact with them.
Okay.
That's where that came from.
Council, any other questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the EDC expenditures for the WCA, Honor Coffee, USA Tax Pros, and Wood County Walls.
Have a motion, do I hear a second?
I second.
Have a motion and a second, any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 8, general discussion by council or staff. Council, do you have any general discussion? Staff, do you have any general discussion? Do we have anybody with general discussion?
Anyone want to talk about anything?
Moving on, item 9. Seeing no more items on our agenda, we stand adjourned. The next regular city council meeting will be held April 14th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. All requests to be placed on the agenda must be completed and turned into City Hall no later than noon, 10 business days before the scheduled meeting. We stand adjourned at 6 p.m.